Hey, so I just want to make a video on shit that's really annoying because I'm kind of in that frustrated mood where there was just like a lot of BS today, and I was like, really? Like, it could have been so much more easier. So I want to talk about a bunch of things that annoy me. Like, for instance, when people repeat shit, like it's like, hey, don't forget to take out the trash. All right, mom, just let me finish this problem. You're like finishing the problem. You're like, okay, so 2 plus 2 equals. And then they're like, did you take out the trash can? And I'm like, I'm gonna get to it. Let me just finish this first. And you're like, okay, 4 times 16. And then they're like, okay, then if you're not gonna take out the trash, then I will. It's like, dude, I'm gonna do it. Just let me do what I'm doing first because it's not that hard. If I finish this, then I can do both things. You know, I'm not a freaking octopus. I can't like stretch my arm over there and like do this and take out the trash and like do this still at the same time, you know? It's annoying. And like, another thing is when you're like in the middle of taking a test and yeah, your phone's on like vibrate or like silence or something, but so I was in class one day, right? And I was in Spanish. I was taking a test. I didn't do shit, okay? Like I put my phone up on the whiteboard thing so I could charge it and everything, and she didn't mind that. And these stupid ass telemarketer people were calling me, and it was like, and it was like buzzing super loud. And she's like, all right, whoever's phone that is, you know, they're gonna get in trouble or like something like that. And it's like, dude, it's not even my fault. Those are freaking telemarketers. They're calling me. It's not like I'm texting in class or something, you know. It's not my fault they decide to call me while I'm taking a test and disturbs everybody else because it's so freaking loud. So don't get mad at me. Get mad at the telemarketers. If you want to yell at the telemarketers, why don't you go and call them yourself? You know? Like, it's like not even my fault. And like, another thing is when people eat your food, like you're like, oh man, I'm so ready to eat this right now. Yes, I love banana splits and like, oh, lasagna and all that stuff. And you just like, you got something you really love right there, and then someone's like, hey, what's up? And they're just like, and it's like, dude, you just took a piece of my lasagna and you didn't even ask. Like, come on. And they're just like, I'm on the run, I gotta go. And I'm like, whoa, don't move. You're gonna come back and spit that piece back onto my plate because I was gonna fucking eat that. No, actually, don't do that. That's really disgusting. But still, it's just like, I'm trying to enjoy something that I've been waiting for. And you just have to come and just like take it like it's nothing. It's like, bitch. Or like when you just buy something, or like say you're at the vending machine and you're like, I'm gonna get some Skittles, you know? And some person's like, oh, you have $1? Dude, can you get me something? Or like, oh, I promise I'll pay you back. And it takes them like 3 days to pay you back. Or like say they're just like, oh, can I have some? And it's like, I just got it. Like, I mean, I don't mind sharing and stuff, but it's just like annoying. Like it's, oh, like, can I just like finish something for myself? Or like every time you get something, someone's like, oh, hey, give me some. They're like, oh, can I have some of that? Or like, can I take a little sip? And it's like, I never get to eat anything whole. So yeah. And another thing is like when people open stuff wrong. I mean, I admit I've done it before. Like, say you're opening a cereal box and you open it upside down, or you open a bag upside down, you know? That is, but sometimes it's just like common sense. Like, say you have a cereal box, you know, and it's like, well, I don't know, Lucky Charms here, or like Tony the Tiger, he's upside down, but I don't acknowledge that he's upside down, so I'm gonna open it like this. And you just like, you get the bag and everything, and you go like this, and it's just like the whole bag falls out, and it's like, what? And then like all the food or the cereal like spills everywhere, and it's like, who the hell put the bag in backwards? And then you like open both sides of the box because you don't realize that the upside down part is open. So it's like you just open the actual side, but somebody opened it on the opposite side. So now there's 2 fucking holes. And you're just like, okay, so how am I supposed to eat this? You want me to put cereal in the bag and just be like, nom nom? And that's just annoying. And it's like, can you like not like just like acknowledge the fact that maybe the cereal bowl on the front is like upside down. You know, the only person who can get away with it is astronauts because it doesn't matter which way they open shit. It just floats in the air. You know? It's like you have an excuse because we're here on Earth and there's freaking gravity. And so it's like, oh, you know, all that stuff is going to make a mess everywhere. It's not just going to be like, oh, I got it. And it's like, it's all done. It's cleaned up. It's fine. You know, you can't just like toss it in the air and it stays there. Actually, you wouldn't even have to toss it. It would just be like, oh, there's my cereal. Hey. You know what I mean? So that's just, oh, no. And like, speaking of bags, when you like buy, I'm pretty sure everybody hates this, but when you buy a bag of chips and it's like half air, and I've always wondered this, so I looked it up one time, and I guess the manufacturers are like, oh, we don't want the chips getting smashed, so we put half air in there, so that way when they're traveling from manufacturing companies, they don't like rumble inside the truck and all the chips get, smashed, and we want to make sure that you're able to eat it. And it's like, well, I don't think I would care that much if my chips were smashed, and I'm pretty sure that there should be a good enough driver that he's not gonna be like and like smash all the fucking chips on purpose. Be like, oh yeah. So it's been proven that full bag of chips gets smashed, and it's like, no, it's been proven that you suck at driving, and it's like, I wasted my $1 on like something that could have been 50 cents, or what it seems like. It's just like wasting your money. And it's like you're not even fully fed, like it's like the half deal, like, and especially when somebody at that time, that person asks you like, oh, can I have some chips? And it's like, dude, it's like if you're already here, there's only half, because usually you eat half of my shit. So it's like, no. And they're just like, oh, can I have a little bit? So then it's like, instead of getting half of what should have been a whole, now you can only get like a fourth of it because it's not full. And it's like, okay, no. Or like, this kind of relates to grown-ups, but when people tell you things that you already know, like, so I already know what I want to be when I grow up, and stuff like that. And, I know that, gotta make money to support a family and stuff like that. So I was in the car, right? And like, say I'm talking to my mom's boyfriend or like anything like that, right? And, they're just like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, I want to be an exhibit designer. And they're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, you got to make sure that you earn a lot of money and like make sure you're able to support a family, and that whoever you could decide to marry, you love, and that they're going to be able to support you too, and don't have kids too young. And it's like, no, I was just going to, I just said I was going to be an exhibit designer, but I'm actually going to become a stripper, and I'm just going to marry the first guy I see. And then I'm going to go sell drugs, and I'm going to make money, but not as much money as I would have if I had this nice job. It's like, what? You're like talking to me like you think I'm stupid or something. Like, it's, I only have 2 years left. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to know what I want to do when I go into college. I mean, some people don't. That's why they drop out, or they like just go into something that somebody tells them to or stuff like that. But still, it's just like, no, I know what I want to do. And, another thing that's annoying is when you're doing something and like you're not done yet, but somebody tells you what it is. Like, I was drawing something in class. It's supposed to be a notepad, right? And this kid, he's just like, oh, that looks pretty cool. What is that, toilet paper? And I'm like, yeah, it's toilet paper, because I'm just drawing toilet paper when we're talking about taking notes, because I'm just dumb. It's like, no, I'm drawing a freaking notepad. And then it's like they try to tell you what you're going to draw, or like what you're drawing when you know what you're drawing. It's like, oh, that's a pretty nice lion there. It's like, really? Because I thought I was drawing a hippo. And it's just really annoying, Like, who does that? And I don't like it when you tell people to do things and then they don't do things. Or you tell them to do things. It could work either way. Like, hey, don't go over there and eat the mud. No, Billy, don't do that. And then they're like, oh my God, look at all this mud here. And they like stick their face in it like it's like chocolate. And I'm like, Billy, no. Oh my God. And you're like trying to babysit some kid, and they just like keep doing it. And it's like, I told you not to do that. Oh, why let you outside? And then then when you get home, like say you're cleaning off their muddy clothes and stuff, and the people that the parents they're supposed to be babysitting, they're like, oh my God, why are you taking off my kid's clothes? You're a pedophile, like, get out of my house. And it's like, no, he was all muddy, I had to change his clothes. And it's just like, it ends up all bad because of something that the kid did, and you told him not to because you know what was going to happen. And it's like, damn, why is it so hard? Or the other way, like you tell somebody to do something, like say you're in a group project, they're like, all right, you take notes, you work on the PowerPoint, you do the poster, and I'll do the drawing, and you print the pictures and like stuff like that, and it's like, all right guys, ready to present tomorrow? And they're like, oh, I didn't finish the PowerPoint yet. And they're just like, dude, we've had like 2 weeks. Where you been? They're like, oh, I've been in class. Oh, hold on. And say they're like a kid that like doesn't really like to do shit, like, and they're like, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'll be like, hold on, let me finish this race real quick. And it's like, dude, are you fucking playing games in class? We're supposed to be doing this project. And you're just like, whoa, dude, chill. And it's like, no, you fucking chill. Everybody's got everything done except you. Like, why are you even in my group right now? And you're just like yelling at them and stuff, and because it's, I mean, you don't mean to make yourself like the leader and stuff, but everybody like agreed on something, and it's like you kind of agreed on it, so you're supposed to do it, but then you don't do it, and it's just like way to make us all look bad. I mean, especially when it's like, most of the time teachers don't do that, where it's like, okay, you all get the grade, you know. Most of the time they do it individual grades because they know that shit happens, but it's like, I hate lazy kids like that. Or they're like, hey, can I copy? Are you done yet? And it's like, no, I'm not done yet, but after this I gotta write my notes, you know. Let me just finish drawing this picture. And they're like, okay, well, can I see the notes once you're done with that? And it's like, dude, just do it. The time that you're waiting to wait for me to finish what I'm doing, you could have done it yourself already. And then they're just like, don't even care. It's like, I'm gonna tell the teacher on you, and you're gonna be really pissed at me, but I don't care. So that's like really annoying. And like, I don't like it when like people repeat mistakes. Say like some girl, she goes out with like some guy, and he's like really bad, and he's like, I'm only going out with you for a month. Or like they only went out for a month, and then they're like, oh, I don't know, let's just try another guy. They keep doing it. It's like, okay, you've been through like 5 guys, and you only gone out for like a month or 2 weeks. It's like, what's going on here? And it's like, they always break up with you, or you always break up with them. Like, what's the deal? And they always have like stupid excuses and shit like that. And it's like, it's not your fault, but it's kind of your fault in a way, because it's like, it's not your fault they break up with you, but it's kind of your fault you pick them over and over again. It's like, no, I'm gonna pick this guy. He like does a lot of drugs, but I'm gonna be with him because I'm gonna turn him around. I mean, sometimes that works, but when you don't know what you're doing, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna try giving him rehab, but then he like gets me into it, and it's like, no, this isn't good. And it's like, no, it's fine, let's go shoot some mushrooms. And it's like, no, like, what is this, number 10? Like, you gotta pick somebody who doesn't do drugs.
Did you say shoot?
Or like somebody who doesn't
shoot
or somebody who doesn't do shit like that.
Shoot up mushrooms.
Oh, that's another thing I hate. I hate it when people interrupt my video because we're trying to do shit over here and they're just like eavesdropping. So that's really annoying, because it's like, say you're taking pictures in class, and you just like,
What are you doing?
and then people behind you are like, and it's like, stop photobombing my shit. No. I mean, I would get if it was something actually funny.
Nigga, as fuck.
Like, it was something actually funny, you know? Like, say they're photobombing and they're like, but if they're just like in the picture, or they're like, you know, it's like, what are you doing? And then say you're positioned a certain way, say you're like this, and they're like right here, and it's like, oh, I can't photo you out because my arm's right there, and if I photo you out, then it's gonna cut off my arm. It's like, you just fucked up the whole picture. So, yeah, or like, oh, that's another thing. When you are doing your hair or something, I mean, I don't know, I'm pretty sure some guys get this, but you like, okay, say it's like this or something, like, I don't know, like, no, that's too flat. Okay, say.
Why are you my cupcake?
I don't know how to do this. Okay, well, I can't really do it, but like, say you're straightening your hair or something, and it's like everything's all straight, and then there's like this one piece that just kind of like sticks out, like it's kind of just like you straighten it, and it's just kind of like still wavy, and it's like, why don't you fucking go down? And you don't want to put like shit in your hair because then it makes it not soft, and it makes it all like okay, say it's supposed to look like that, but it looks like that, and it's like, stop fucking puffing up, you know, like everything's perfect, that one little thing, and then when you have to do something to that one little thing, that's the one thing people notice, like your hair's all perfectly curled and stuff, and they're like, oh, what's up with that piece right there? And it's like, oh, fuck. Like, oh, I was hoping you weren't gonna notice that. Like, it's just so small too, but then like they gotta notice that and not like the whole thing, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes me really worth the effort. You know, I tried so hard to make it all nice and it worked out, but you don't even notice that I took freaking 3 hours to do my hair. I've never taken that long to do my hair, but I'm just saying, some people do that. Oh, and another thing is like, okay, so I know people stress out a lot about taking tests and things like that, and I had like a lot of tests today too. But like, I hate it when, okay, say there's like a question like, are cats mammals? Like, I'm pretty sure you would know what that is. But like, say there's like A, B, C, and D, and it's like yes, no, maybe, I don't know, or something like that. And you're just like, okay, I know it's yes. Oh, maybe it's not. Like, your first guess is right, and then when you get your grade back, you pick the other one, and it was wrong. So like, say you picked C, or you were gonna pick C, like you're like, okay, I'm guessing it's C. It's C. You know, like your first guess. And then you get your test back, and then it's like, oh, damn it, I picked C. Why did I pick D? I can't believe I changed my answer. Oh, I would have gotten 100%. And it's just like, I hate it when you like go with your first instinct, but then you second guess it sometimes. And it's like, then say it's the opposite. Like, you're like, okay, this time I'm gonna go with my first instinct. And then you're like, or maybe it's D. No. Let's go with my first instinct. And then when you get the test back, then it's the opposite. It's like, oh, my second instinct was the right answer, not my first. And it's like, give me a break. Like, why does this have to be so hard? Can't you just have the question or the answer in the question, you know? Like, cats may be mammals, but are they? Or something like that. And it's like, okay, well, it just said cats are mammals, so I'm gonna say yes. You know, something like that. Oh, and another thing is like, when like I guess little kids mostly, but like when people think they know it all, like, oh no, actually it could be for older and younger. Like, say, okay, so I was outside with one of my good friends' little sister, right? They're on the playground and stuff, and they're just like swinging on this little I don't know what the heck it's called. I want to say it's like some weird teeter-totter thing. And this one kid, this boy comes by, and he's just like, you're sitting on it wrong, something like that. Like, you know, it's supposed to go this way. And it's like, well, the teeter-totter thing kind of goes like this, and say she's sitting on it right here, and so she's going like that, but you're supposed to sit on it like here. It does the same thing. It's like, what does it matter? And it's like, no, you're doing it wrong. And it's like, no, it doesn't matter which way you sit on it. It's gonna do the same thing, so shut up. Or like, when people tell you you can't do something, like, say you're working out or something, and some kid's like, oh, you're doing that not the right way. You're supposed to go like this. And it's like, well, I am doing that, but, you know, I'm just doing it like slower pace because I'm new at this and I haven't worked out in a while, or like something like that. And they're like, yeah, that's why mostly guys do that. And it's like, well, I'm a chick and I'm doing it right now, so if you want to like try to kick me off, you can try to do that, but I'm gonna do it the way I want it, because you can do your little routine over there and be like lifting weights and stuff, and I'm not gonna tell you that you're doing it wrong, like you're supposed to go like this when you're going like this. And they're just like, they think they know it all, or like, it just makes you think that, man, if I ever went on a date with that person, they'd probably be like really specific about shit, like, oh my god, wanna go get ice cream? And we go to get ice cream, and then they're like, what flavor do you want? And I'm like, I want strawberry shortcake. And they're like, did you know strawberry shortcake was originally called strawberries and cream because the inventor? And it's like, can I just fucking eat the ice cream? Like, can you like not tell me the history about it? Because I'm pretty sure I was gonna shove the whole thing in my mouth. So why do I need to know about the history of what I'm eating when people do that all the time? Like, it's not like when people go to like the ice cream store, they're not like, so how is this ice cream made? They're just like, okay, can I get bubblegum and double fudge or something like that? Like, they don't care. Unless it's like something bad, then you want to know what's in it. Like, do these brownies have weed in them or something like that, you know? Because you never know. But like regular shit that's not from like a person that gives it to you, maybe like from a store, you know, people don't do that. So it's like, just let me eat. And another thing is, like, speaking of like brownies, when people like, there's like traditional people, I mean, I guess it's like, oh, okay, it's a tradition, but they're like judgy traditional people. Like, one year one of my best friends had like their birthday, right? And you know, for birthdays you're like, oh, okay, you're supposed to have a cake, and it's like, well, you kind of get tired of cake, and I like brownies, so I'm gonna have brownies. And then like they like bring out the brownies and it has like candles in them and stuff, and it's like, why do you have brownies? And it's like, because I wanted brownies. And they're like, oh, I thought we were having cake, you know, you're supposed to have cake on your birthday. And it's like, it's my fucking birthday, I'm gonna have fucking brownies. But like, does it matter? Like, it's not like people are like, oh, she's having cake, let's leave. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you can have whatever the fuck you want. Or like one year I didn't want cake and I wanted key lime pie, and I think key lime pie is bomb, so I'm gonna have pie. But then like at the same time, it's always gonna be that person who's like, why do you have pie? You know, like, is your mom bringing cake soon? Or it's like, this is my cake, so you can leave, or something like that. And it's like, no, like, you don't always have to have certain things. And like, sorry, this is getting really long, but there's just like a lot of crap. Okay, so like another thing is, I have cats, and he just did it. So like that shit, when you're doing something important and your cat fucking jumps on whatever you're doing and they just like bug you. Like, I was typing a paper the other day, my cat, he's like, I want to snuggle or something like that, and he jumps on my computer and like he steps on the keys and stuff, and it's just like exits out or something, and I'm like, dude, no, I had a page there. And you're like praying to God that it's saved and all that stuff, and it did. But it's just like, oh my God, like, can you like not jump up here while I'm doing something important? Because you're gonna fuck shit up, and that's gonna fuck me up, and then it's gonna fuck up my grade, and like it just like fucks everything up. So it's like, I hate it when you do that. Or like when you're like eating and the dog's like, and it's like, I'm gonna eat my food here, and then it's like, it's still there, and it's like, fine. And you give them like a piece of their chicken, and they're just like, yay. But then they come back for more, and it's like, I mean, I get it. They're dogs, so they just keep eating, or they eat whatever you hand them, like, but it's just like, you gotta train them. But I don't think you can train cats. I'm not really sure, but that's just really like annoying. And another thing is when like people tell you something you're gonna do. So this always happens to me because this is the way I do it. So say I'm like writing something and I notice like, okay, say I'm writing like the giraffe hit the man or like something like that, and say I spelled like giraffe wrong. I just want to finish my sentence before I go back and fix it, but someone's like, you spelled giraffe wrong, and it's like, I'm gonna fix it, but first let me finish my sentence, or something like that. Or like say you're playing kickball or something, and then you're like, everybody picks a number, and you're like, okay, this is our order and stuff, and you're like standing at a certain spot because you're like telling people where to go and like the bases and stuff like that, and they're like, hey, you're supposed to be in the back, and it's like, I know, just let me figure this out first. Or like, let me tell this person what to do first so everything doesn't get messed up while we're playing the game. Or like when you get into the car or something and they're like, don't forget to put on your seatbelt, or like, you gotta put your seatbelt on first, and it's like, maybe I wanna like turn on the car and fly out the window. It's like, yeah, I know I gotta put on my seatbelt. That's like the first thing you gotta do when you take the test. So don't tell me something that I'm gonna do when I'm in the middle of doing it, or like I'm gonna go back and do it, or like, you know, stuff like that, because people expect you to do it like right away. It's like, let me take my time, unless it's something like really urgent, like say somebody's bleeding and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna put a band-aid on it, but not right now. And it's like, dude, they're bleeding, so you should get that band-aid. That's acceptable. But like other stuff that you know and it's just like not as serious, back up. Just back up. And the thing is, I hate when you have to start over on stuff. Like, I was having this really like bad day, and it just got worse because I was in 6th period and I had this poster, right? And I'm like, oh crap, I colored this wrong. And so I'm like, oh, I can just color over it. And you like get up, and then somebody gets up too or something, and a coffee or tea knocks on your poster, and you're just like, dude, I was gonna fix my mistake, but now I actually have to start over because your stupid coffee is right there on my poster. And it's like, why do you need coffee in the afternoon? It's 6th period. It's like 2 o'clock. And you're just drinking coffee? Like, what are you gonna like do an all-nighter or something? Oh, or like when somebody tells you, like the teacher's like, hey, if you open to Arizona, you're gonna have to give me 100 push-ups, you know? And they're just like, he's kidding. And they open it and they're just like, get down. And they're just like, no. Or like, what? Or like, they're just really surprised. And it's like, why are you surprised? He just told you what he was gonna do if you opened it. Like, why do you gotta open it when he obviously said, like, no? Or like, you know, like some people are just like, don't believe in stuff. And it's like, you better believe it. Because, you know, you're not always gonna get away with crap. And another thing is, I hate it when people, when they eat stuff, they do it all weird. Like, for example, so you have your chips or something, right? And you have this. And so when people eat shit, like, they like eat it like even, stuff like that. Or like when people do this bugs me. I mean, I don't know if it's just like OCD or something, but I don't like to use that term. But so you have your cream cheese here, right? I like it when it's all like smooth and stuff. And you can go like this. Now when people go like, oh, I'm just gonna like make a big chunk and hole in there. Like, you see that hole? And it's like, dude, you fucked up the whole thing. It's like, it's supposed to be flat and even, and now I gotta fix that hole in there, and it's just like, nope. So you gotta like smooth it out. See, now it's like fine. But when people like dig into it like it's nothing, cream cheese is delicious. I mean, I'm pretty sure you would know not to do that. Like when people have a birthday cake and they're just like, let's smash their face in it. So they're like, okay, let's blow up the candles. And it's like, boom! And it gets like all over them. And it's like, oh, could you have not done that to your own piece? Like, you just ruined the whole fucking cake. Like, maybe I'm a germaphobe and I want to like eat my own separate piece without your like sweat and like saliva and like boogers and eyelashes and stuff like that in my cake. But no, you couldn't have cut the piece like a certain way. Or like when say you're cutting a pizza, you know, some people are just retarded like that, and it's like, the pizza's a circle, but I'm gonna cut it like this into rectangle pieces or like squares instead of cutting it into like angles of like degrees. Or like, I'm not a big math person, I'm just saying that's what I think it looks like. Or like Pac-Man things like that, you know, instead of like squares and stuff. It's like, have you never had pizza before? Do you not know how to cut it? Or like, you're doing that on purpose? Or like, it doesn't make sense. Oh, this video is getting really long, but I'm still going. I think I got a few more I'm thinking here. Classes. Okay, do you ever have that kid in class who like reminds the person, or like not the teacher, reminds the teacher, they're like, do we have homework? Or like, do we have to do this? When is this due? And stuff like that. It's like, were you not listening? Or like, did you really have to tell her that we could have not had any homework or stuff like that? Or like, oh, well, when you like look at a bitch and you're just like, bitch, what the fuck? You know, like when they ask why you gotta do something, like say they're like, okay, so your assignment is to color and label this poster, and that's all you have to do for today. And they're like, why do we have to like color it in? Like, can we just like draw it and leave it in black and white or something? Because I like to do that better. And it's like, can you just do what she says? Like, can you like not be the odd one out and just be like, why do we have to do this? Why don't we have to do that? Just do it. Just do it. And it's like, it's not that hard. And they're just like, because it's part of your grade. That's what I would say. Or like, I'd be like, you want to fucking go outside? Or like something like that. Like, I'd totally like troll the kid and be like, and they'd be like, I was just asking. And I'm like, go outside. And they're like, to the wing clerk. And I'm like, no, go outside, like literally outside. And they're like, but it's pouring rain. And I'm like, I don't care. Go down the emergency stairs and go outside and I'll watch you through the window. And it's like, they're like, are you? And then it goes back to that one kid, like, are you sure? Or like, no, he's not gonna do that, or she's not gonna do that. And it's like, pick him up, put him outside the door, lock the door. And it's like, I just put you outside. So yeah. Or like, what's another thing? Oh, when you don't have certain pieces to things. Like, I hate when you're writing and stuff, and like, say you use your eraser so much, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna flip it over. Like, you're like, oh, gotta erase something, and it's like, oh fuck, I just scratched my hole in my paper. And it's like, oh, why don't I have an eraser? Damn. Or like, when you're trying to make like a cake or something, and then it's like, oh, I got the blender. Where are the blender pieces? It's like, oh, we don't have them. Or like, I don't know where they went. And it's like, how the hell am I supposed to make this if there's like no pieces to the blender? Like, or like when, what is it? Oh, when people go and they buy something and you're like, oh my god, yes, I got this, finally got it, I've been wanting it for a while, and you open it and it's like, where's this at? I thought that was in the picture. Or like, oh, I ordered this, why is it this color? Or like stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I spent my money for nothing. Or like, who puts it half put together? Or like, oh my god. Or like, ooh, that reminds me about putting together shit. Like, say you have a puzzle or something, and then like, I guess your cat or something jumps on it and it fucks up the whole thing, and it's like, oh, that Star Wars puzzle took me 3 hours. Or like, when you're doing a puzzle and there's like a piece missing, and it's like, oh, okay, well, they were all in the box, I'm pretty sure. And then like, somebody comes to tell you like, no, there was only 229 pieces instead of 230. And it's like, well, what's the point of doing the puzzle if I can't finish it? Like, you want me to make my own puzzle piece, you know? Like, yeah, let's make my own puzzle piece, and let's just like draw like little ponies and crap on it, because it's a pony puzzle, and we're just gonna finish it like that because nobody told you that there was no pieces for it. So you're just like, yay, yeah, I'm watch out guys, and you just like, okay, it's finished, and you like put the puzzle piece right there. It's like, you think that's gonna work? You think it's gonna freaking stay together? I don't think so. You wanna try picking it up? And it's just like, you can't, because obviously it's a puzzle thing, unless you like have it on something hard before you can lift it up. But if you're doing it on the table, then you can't just slide your fingers under there and be like, it's levitating and stuff like that. Or like, oh, nails, when you're like doing your nails and it's just like you get like a little bit on your like finger, and you like take off a little bit with like the nail polish remover, and it like removes part of your nail color, and it's like, oh, now I gotta repaint it, and it was just that little part and I was done. Or like when you're like doing something, you're like being so careful with shit, and you're being really careful, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's fine, and you look at it back and you're like, how the fuck did that get chipped? Like, I didn't even touch it with my nails. It's like, I feel like wearing plastic bags on my hands or something, but obviously that would look really weird. So yeah, you don't want to do that. But yeah, I don't know. That's about it. Sorry this is really long, but that's just how shit goes. You know, stuff just ruins everything. It's just fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I'm gonna say, since I'm in that mood, go listen to the song, what is it called? So Appalled by Kanye West, because he says it's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day and everything. And if you have a bad day like this, maybe you should make a video too. And maybe you should tell me what annoys you, because obviously a lot of things annoy me when I get pretty frustrated, because there's just a lot of dumb people in this world that do a lot of dumb things, and just a lot of dumb things happen from those dumb actions. So yeah, all right, peace out.